Welcome children to your next biology video class. Children, I hope you all have given your online exam very nicely. Children, we had started chapter 5 excretory system before your online exam. Today we will continue this chapter excretory system. I had already taught you about what is excretion, excretory organs and what is excretory system and the parts of excretory system and organs which are involved in the process of excretion. Children, today I will teach you the structure of nephron. Okay, structure of a nephron. Know about nephron. Before that, in your book, the topic which is given is role of kidneys in filtration of blood through millions of nephron. So it is all about the function of nephron. But children, before to understand this function of nephron, you should understand or you should know that structure of nephron. So that is why first I will teach you the structure of nephron, then I will teach you that function of nephron means how does it work. You can see here in this diagram children that nephron is a tubular structure. You all know that nephron is a structural and functional unit of filtration or kidney, and that kidney is a part of excretory system. Here you can see this structure starts with a cup shaped structure or cup like structure which is called Bowman's capsule. Okay, and inside this Bowman's capsule you can see here that mass of blood capillaries, and that is known as glomerulus or plural glomeruli. This blood capillaries, you know what is blood capillary? Blood capillary is a type of blood vessel which has very thin wall. It is made up of single celled wall. Okay, and you can see that these two ends of blood capillaries, that is afferent and efferent arteriole. First one is afferent arteriole, which is the beginning part, means which brings the blood to the glomerulus, and efferent which comes out from the glomerulus. One more difference you can see children here, that between this afferent and efferent arteriole, that here the diameter is more in comparison to efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole is thinner in comparison to afferent arteriole. Okay, now Bowman's capsule, and the next you can see here PCT and DCT. What is the full form of PCT? It is called proximal convoluted tubule, and this is called distal convoluted tubule. Now, what is the meaning of proximal? Proximal means nearer. Nearer to what? It is nearer to Bowman's capsule. That is why it is called proximal convoluted tubule. And this is called distal. Distal means far from Bowman's capsule. That is why it is called distal convoluted tubule. And this U-shaped structure you can see here, this is called loop of Henle. Okay, all these three structures have three different functions. Okay, and the last you can see here collecting duct. This is a highly branched structure, and so many nephrons come here and meet with this collecting duct. Means this nephrons brings urine, and that urine is collected in collecting duct. So since here urine is collected, that is why it is called collecting duct. Okay, and you can see this blood capillaries which is wound around the tubules throughout from the beginning to end. This is the beginning part of the nephron, and this is the end part of the nephron. That is why it is called tubular end. Okay children, so these are the various parts of nephron, and all these various parts have various functions. So start with the beginning, that is the first end, beginning end of a nephron has a cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule. Just now I have explained you, which encloses a tuft of capillaries which is called glomerulus. The other end leads into a large tube called here collecting duct. At the end of glomerulus, filtration of nitrogenous waste from the blood plasma is done. This filtrate passes through the tubular part of the nephron and and from this filtrate most of the mineral salts and usually about 70% of the water is reabsorbed in this portion of the nephron. The urea, small amount of mineral salts and water remain in the filtrate and are carried to the urinary bladder as urine. As we know that the main function of kidney to make urine or to formation of urine, which is the excretory product of our body. So the major osmoregulatory functional region of the kidney is nephron, which includes first, what is Bowman's capsule? It is the major site of blood filtration. Number 2 is PCT, that is proximal convoluted duct. It is primarily involved in reabsorption of salts, water and nutrients. It is also important in regulating blood pH, that pH value of blood. And the next is loop of Henle. It functions to establish the osmotic concentration gradient in the kidney, which is necessary for concentration of urine. And the last one is distal convoluted tubule, and it is the major site of hormonal regulation of sodium chloride and water reabsorption. It is also involved in the regulation of blood pH, and it is also the target site of ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone, the hormone which regulates blood volume. So this is the structure of nephron, and in next class I will explain you that functions, how urine is formed by filtration, reabsorption and the process of secretion. Okay children, I will give you few assignment questions that you will write in your biology notebook.